Hello everybody, in this video I want to talk about the popularity of both Paragon The Overprime and Predecessor. So I try to pick up some numbers and share with you to see just how popular each game is in their communities, and try to compare them to see which one maybe has the chance to be more popular than the other, although keep in mind both of the games are still in development. Now, one indication for this is we can look at the followers chart for each game to show interest in the game. So this is from steamdb.info, and you can see this is for Overprime, peaking at 35, around 35k as of November 10th. Now it's important to keep in mind that the playtest is taking place at the time of making this video, and as of November 10th, and you can see that before that it's already people start following it because of course the developers promote the game more. And for Predecessor, you can see that the numbers are pretty close, a bit behind. Again, for same November 10th, with a bigger spike on May. Yeah, close numbers there. What did you expect that? Well, let's take a look at more numbers. Now let's see the lifetime concurrent players on Steam. Keep in mind that Overprime as of November 10th is in playtest. So again, this is why it's actually peaked at the date. And you can see 28,479. Now let's take a look at Predecessor, just in comparison. So Predecessor peaked, again this is on Steam, right? Just on Steam, at 18,220 as of March 31st. Alright, again, this is just on Steam, alright? And let's take a look at some numbers from Discord. Now the online doesn't represent anything because again it depends on the time zone where it's most active. And you know that the Overprime is also popular in Korea because it's a Korean developer. So look, if you Google it, you can actually see that Predecessor has slightly more than 50k members, and the Overprime, Paragon The Overprime, more than 22 members. And this is just Googling it, and it actually shows you the total members for each one. Significant difference between Paragon The Overprime and Predecessor, of course in favor of Predecessor. And also the official ones on social media, as you can see, Predecessor leads the pack by far. Now I don't have a comparison, of course, because this is right now. As you can see that for Overprime, right now is the time making this video, I just checked Steam and you can see if there are 10k in-game playing right now. Now let's see Twitch, right? People want to see the game, maybe see eSport. How popular the game is on Twitch. Well, Paragon The Overprime, again, right now is the playtest, so it's actually kind of peaking right now. As you can see here, 588 viewers, less than 600 viewers currently. So the time right now is the time of actually checking it out. Now what looks less encouraging is there only a total of 19 people, 19, not 90, 19 people actually streaming the game right now. And even most of those numbers are, if you see, there's one popular streamer relative to the others. So if you drop that, even the views are dropping significantly. Now keep in mind, I'm not surprised, especially now in November where it's so busy with games, Among Us VR, God of War Ragnarok, Sonic. Even my favorite game right now, Soulstone Survivors, has more views, I think 3k concurrent one as of the time of checking it. And of course we can expect the viewership even to split when those two are released, because again, they're going to be, I wish it was just one where everybody will play, you're going to have large player base, but this is the nature of things. This is, by the way, not only two, but these are the main ones that are actually very active right now, and probably we can see that those two will be the one that dominate the Paragon remake MOBA and when they are released this year. But for me the most important thing was checking how many players are actually playing right now, again because it's available, the playtest, how many players are actually playing the game, that showed the interest. Regarding the stream on Twitch, this is something that will happen over time when the game established itself and released, especially now in November. We can really take this seriously because there's so many games out there that people enjoy watching and they won't search for this game that even now it's in playtest. And those actually interested in the game, which are Paragon fans, I guess, like myself, are playing the game and not watching streams. Maybe there are some popular players, even at the time of day right now, this is Eastern Europe time, that will actually see players playing it. But, well, based on my sampling, it's not the case. So overall, I think that it's really hard to kind of distinguish between the two, which one would be more popular in general. I think both carry good amount of interest. Some say that Predecessor is more following in general, but again, based on what I checked, is kind of more or less the same. You can't really say that one, for example, Predecessor is 2 times more popular than Overprime at the moment. But one very important thing to note is that Omeda Studio closes 20 million Series A funding. Now, this is huge. You need to understand, because this allows them to highly promote the game and put a lot of money into marketing. So make sure to have a very broad reach. And for a game that was actually kind of a more niche on the PlayStation, trying to bring it out to the masses and make it a popular mobile game, this requires, you know, a great deal of marketing and careful planning and investing in e-tournaments and all this stuff. It costs money, and basically, if not, it's just gonna be kind of maybe a small game with mini tournaments here and there. But if you want to take it to the next level, something big, you need somebody to support you with money, so you can actually create tournaments and even motivate players to put money in rewards, and again also put money in marketing the game and making sure the game is its best, and hire the right people to make the game better. So many things that can be used, of course, with the funding to make Predecessor the best Paragon remake it can be. But as we know, it's not always the case where, you know, you have funding and things work, and there are many examples in the industry for that. So again, it doesn't guarantee that Predecessor will be, you know, the leading one because of that. But again, marketing, money in eSport tournaments, which is very important for this game to increase viewership and encourage players who love playing Predecessor to compete in eSport. This is important. So incentive, exposure. So definitely this is where Predecessor has an edge. But again, even saying all that, again, we don't know the exact numbers again, but from reading, by the way, from the same article about Omeda Studios that closes to 20 million Series A, they said, following the massive, again, I repeat, massive success of its most recent playtest, Predecessor will be released into early access later this year. So I wonder about the playtest, so I just search steamdb.info for information, and I found the Predecessor playtest. And as you can see, all-time peak 7 months ago, again, the peak for the playtest was close to 7,000 players in its peak. Yeah, so this is again for Predecessor playtest. Now, this information is a PDF from ExcelByte, which is battle tested and extensible game backend supporting cross-platform accounts, matchmaking, in-game store analytics, and more. So this is information from them, which is Predecessor, Omeda Studio, the developer of Predecessor, working with them. So it seems based on that information. And as you can see here, it says total users based on the playtest 68. And basically we get more insight of the total players who actually played the playtest based on that information from that company. Yeah, so these are the the Predecessor is by far looking the much more popular one among the two. And again, you probably invest time only in one of them, right? Doesn't make sense to play both. So which one you prefer, and which one you think will be the most popular ones, and which one you prefer playing? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have more information and stats, again, share it in the comment section below. Consider maybe leaving a like and subscribe. And I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.